Hey everyone, don't forget to stay tuned till after the video if you want to find out how to support me or where to follow me on social media. And also, if you like this video and like what I do, like, comment, subscribe, share, do all that good stuff. Anyways, thank you so much for choosing me, and on with the video. This is your friendly reminder that it is now puppy and kitten season, everyone. And what that means for you is there is going to be an explosion of baby animals everywhere in America right now and in anywhere else where you're experiencing late spring to early summer. This is because lots of mommy animals are giving birth to their babies. So if you guys can just keep an extra eye out on the roadways, maybe keep an eye out for litters that are going up on your local Facebook pages. Sinbad. This is my newest kitten, Sinbad. He got brought to me as the beginning of kitten season, if you will. If you guys want me to elaborate on this in a video series, whether it be about pet care, pet nutrition, rescue, all that jazz, please leave a puppy or kitten emoji down in the comments and let me know as part of your comment that you want to see. Anyways, let's get on with the video, right?
Is this an opportunity to talk about the obesity paradox? And yes, it is cold enough for me. The obesity paradox is the fun way the science and medical community maintain their bias against fat people. See, because instead of going back and being like, maybe weight isn't as impactful on people's health as we stated, they just call it a paradox. It's too confusing. This paradox states is actually a lot of people who carry extra weight on them fare better during medical emergencies. Like, you're more likely to survive a severe heart attack, cancer, illness, injury. Carrying extra energy stores on your body helps you during recovery. And instead of using this opportunity to stop stigmatizing larger bodies in medical fields, they just said, it's a paradox, we're confused. You can Google it if you don't believe me. This is highly researched, and it's more proof that BMI is trash.
Quick Google search debunks everything they pretend is valid. The obesity paradox that I keep hearing recently, that they're touting as the medical field's way of not acknowledging the benefits of being overweight, has been debunked numerous times with studies of over 10 million different participants over the course of 20 years. It was studied meticulously, and they found out that if you took away pre-existing conditions, if you took away people that did unhealthy things, and if you took away people that lost weight due to pre-existing conditions, guess what? Being fat was still bad! So you guys remember this, right? You remember this? It's only a couple of videos ago. Yeah. I recently did not realize that that person was supposedly a scientist. So I found out and I went on their TikTok. And like so many other medical professionals on TikTok, she was a delight. And it led me again down the rabbit hole. One, she sits there and again, she tells people to do their own research. And then a simple Google search debunks half of what she says. And then she tries to say, oh, no, that's not what I was talking. Oh, no, you said Google. So I did. And it was hilarious because I challenged her on one of her videos. We went back and forth for a minute. And then in the middle of talking, she didn't like it anymore. Instead, she told me the worst person in the world is a fat person that hates fat people. And then she blocked me. So professional. Clearly, she wants to change minds. But I digress. So I was looking through them, and she's sitting here talking about how anybody who doesn't have a degree can't debunk her.
Surprise! Kiana has 0 fucking credentials. And I dug. You know, a bitch digs around for information, okay? Not one to be found. She also has this really weird obsession with fat people, which, I have my tingles. They're going off. There it is. Oh, a formerly fat person who puts the most toxic information out there about fat people. What a shocker.
You told us to Google and do our own research. But then you're saying that if we don't believe you, our opinions are not valid because we don't have degrees. Even if the research that we see comes from someone with a degree, you need to make up your mind, sweetheart. And again, this leads me all down the rabbit hole of medical professionals on TikTok that are not really medical professionals. These are people who, even if they're like the Fat Doctor UK, who are actually practicing medicine, which is just so rare, or if they are just crackpots who either were medical professionals at one point, and then didn't. And here's the best part. This woman, this jock scientist, 3 years ago, she lost a crap ton of weight. She was on daytime TV and everything, bragging about what she did. Why is it all these people that lose a bunch of weight suddenly go insane? Please, for the love of God, don't let that be me again. I don't want to go back to the body positivity movement. I was so floored with how this woman went through the process of losing weight. Fact Dr. UK did the same thing. And I think that other woman, the one with the blue hair, now she has tan hair, which I think is, again, hilarious. She keeps saying she was a medical professional. The girl with the blue hair, she's not. She is not. She's a personal coach. Yeah. And she charges a pretty penny to counsel you in your options. Something to the tune of $200 a sesh. I just find that a little weird, don't you, kids? I find it pretty weird. And I keep going back to them, and I worry. Because, see, when I was in high school, I was coming up. Even when I was in college, I would see a lot of people, and they would believe what they saw online. In certain ways, that's changed, and in others, it hasn't. Because instead of it being little memes, we are much easier now at sharing videos. So now if anyone sees a really compelling person say something in a video, they automatically believe it. I saw this entire movement with, I'm going to leave it as vague as possible, historical inventions and historical accuracies based on hot button issues. And I knew for a fact, since I always watched National Geographic and History Channel, that many of the things they were coming up with in these videos to proclaim disparities amongst different people was incorrect, like either intellectually or it was leaving out information. And those are videos that I think have spurred a lot today in a negative way in our country. And now I'm seeing the same thing with this medical advice. Like if we go back to this absolutely brain cell deadening video.
Your patient is playing this video for you because they wanted a little support in advocating for their needs. For this appointment, your patient will either not be stepping on the scale at all, or will step on the scale backwards, and no numbers referencing weight will be spoken aloud or visible. They will let you know which option they prefer. Also, this patient will not be using the BMI as a metric for health going forward. These measures are in accordance with the Health at Any Weight approach to medical care, and they are non-negotiable. If your facility will not accommodate them, please suggest an alternative facility where this patient can get the care that they deserve. Thank you for prioritizing this patient's mental well-being as well as their physical.
Again, and I've had other followers tell me this, how lost do you have to be like, you can't weigh me? I don't feel safe and comfortable with it. You do realize that you could get a random tumor and you could have a rapid weight loss, but nobody notices it. Or you could get an excessive weight gain and nobody notices it because you're too busy about your hurt feelings. You're too busy worried about that number on the scale because it triggers you. You know, what I wish a lot of these little doctors on TikTok would say is that no one's responsible for your triggers but you. And you need to learn to get past them. Many of them sit there and say, oh, if you lose weight, you get an eating disorder. You know what else gives somebody an eating disorder? Telling them that everything they do is fine and to not only keep doing it, but to put it on a rocket ship and launch it. That's what you guys are doing. That's what you're doing. Like, it's gross. I personally don't know how you guys sleep at night, knowing that you are guiding people disingenuously because you want to feel better about your own bodies. And some of you aren't even overweight, so it really confuses me beyond you just wanting to get views on TikTok and getting whatever money comes with it, because I have no idea how the TikTok pay system works. I just don't know, guys. I don't get it. I don't understand it. And I've been saying this a lot for every video. I don't get it. Why are these people allowed to proclaim they are medical professionals and nobody stops them? That's the scary part to me. These are people that are giving generalized medical advice to perfect strangers on the internet. They are advising people based on emotions rather than on science. And they are telling people, not knowing what conditions they may or may not possess and have afflicting them, horrible medical advice that could endanger them. Yes, something as simple as weighing yourself could change the outcome of your life. I know it sounds impossible. But if you're someone that maybe even though you're fat, you plateaued at a single weight, but out of nowhere, even though you haven't changed a damn thing, you spike 10 pounds. That 10 pounds could be a fucking tumor. Could be your thyroid going into overdrive. It could be a blockage in your intestine that you're not aware of. You guys have no idea what you do to yourselves with these stupid emotional outbursts. Ideology be damned. Emotions be damned. There's certain things that we should leave to just pure, straight reality science. There are things that should be in a medical record about you that you and your emotions can't change. They should be able to record, have on record, that way in case you get brought into the ICU, in case you get brought into the emergency room, and there is nobody there to help you. They have that info and they can help you out. Again, I go back to it. If you don't like how your doctor is treating you, you have more than enough right to go find a new doctor. Bully for you. I want you to do that. I've done that. I've said it in a video that I understand there are doctors that literally will only talk about making you lose weight. I get it. I'm not denying that they exist. But it doesn't mean you then turn to these doctors and these quacks on TikTok who do nothing but spew unsubstantiated lies. And they do it because they know they've got you hook, line, and sinker. They know that you're desperate for validation. They know that you being overweight, less people are going to love you. Because that's the stereotype. You might feel isolated purely because you have isolated yourself or you have a bad crowd. There's a number of reasons, but they understand that you being overweight puts you in a place that is vulnerable. Many people that gain weight gain it out of depression. Again, I have said this in previous videos. Part of why I gained the excess weight, because some people try to say, you didn't gain all 400 pounds in that 3-month period. Yes, you are right, genius. Now, if you'll pay attention to the information, you'll realize what I said. I was a steady 340 to 350 for years. I played in that range and I did not go too up. I didn't go too down. But once my mother passed away, and then my best friend passed away within a span of a few months, and a lot of other, let's just say a lot of shit went down around those. A little bit of depression was warranted. And when I got told I could stay home and do nothing and get paid for it, oh, I was in heaven. I sat on the couch. I read every comic book I could think of. I played video games. And my dogs and I enjoyed the best naps. But that was my fault. I hid. I had depression. I hid from the world. And when you don't move at the size I was at for months, and when you do eat, you might not eat all day, but when you do eat, it's a large meal at Chick-fil-A or Bojangles. In your mind, you're thinking, all I had was one sandwich and some fries and a soda. That's not that bad. You think that. But then later on that day, you also might have a sandwich. So that those two things might total 3,000 or 4,000 calories. And my dad, I love him, but we have weekend meals every week. And for the very long time, I would actually skip meals during the day because I knew when I went to my dad's, even I back then knew we were talking some rather unhealthy meals, at least for the Saturdays. On Sundays, because he was cooking for a larger variety of people, he would most of the time cook pretty healthy. But for Saturdays, when it was a smaller group of us, hot dogs, burgers, pizza, something a 72-year-old man can cook really easy, essentially. And, it was easy. Again, only a few months of depression and isolation, and I easily gained. I want to say I went up to about, because at the start of the pandemic, I think I was at 360. And I remember about a month in, I was up to 380. And I could tell I was getting heavier. I could tell. Pants are feeling tighter. Shirts that were usually loose weren't loose anymore. I could see it happening. And because I couldn't go to my doctor couldn't comment on it. My doctor's a wonderful doctor. But I'll tell you right now, when I go to an urgent care, none of them talk about my weight. None of them. I will say that I don't know how you guys foresee it, but I get a lot of folks that don't even believe I'm the weight I'm at. Maybe I'm going off on a tangent. My point is, I have a very hard time believing people with master's degrees and who are clinical or any of this stuff. I have a hard time believing they're really who they say they are. Especially if they're on TikTok touting this stuff. It's so easy to lie about it. So easy to fake. just be very careful who you believe is a professional when it comes to advice like that. See, because my advice, no matter how many statistics I give you, I still want you to go to a medical professional. I want you to find someone who is going to take care of you. That's what I want. And I hope you guys will. Don't believe everything you hear on the internet. Don't believe these crazy people on the internet. And take care of yourselves. That's all I got to say, though, guys. I don't know what else to say about it. Except, unless they provide some kind of credential, or at least provide true statistics and not just hearsay and verbiage that sounds pretty anecdotal or otherwise, please don't listen to them. They are entertainment only. That's all I had to say, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Let me just start off with, guess what, guys? We have community shoutouts this week. Yo! So we are going to start off with Valerie. Valerie has been doing this for 10 years. You know what, Val? You're doing good, kiddo. She started off at 200 when she was 18. And now at 28, she is 145 pounds. Valerie says that she has been bouncing from diets and trying different things and going through different eating problems and disorders, and that channels like mine are helping her to love herself by being healthy. And Valerie, we love that. Her goal is to be 130 pounds. And sorry, Axel jumped on me, guys. Her goal is to get down to 130 pounds and start exercising even more. She says hopefully in a year time, she can give us another update because slow and steady wins the race. And yes, as a slow and steady queen, I 100% agree. Valerie, we are so proud of you and we are so happy. Thank you so much. And we have another Miss Kelly, who started out at 205 pounds at the end of February. And she's already down to 185. That is a 20-pound loss, you guys. Kelly, great job. She is just the beginning, and she's already kicking ass. We love that. We want to see more growth. We want to see more progress. Keep going till you get your goal, honey. Don't worry about the rush. Don't worry about it. It's all about getting to that healthy journey. Guys, I'm so happy to have community shout-outs again. So let's just move on to, hey, don't forget that if you like this video, if you like what I went over, and you want to support what I do, I have a Patreon. I try really hard to keep my perks up, but in this economy, it's hard to keep some of the other stuff up. So I get, if you can't, but if you can, it starts as low as $1. That being said, if you don't have any way to support me financially, which you do not have to, you can absolutely do me the favor of following me on all of these different social media platforms and seeing if you like what I do. Certain platforms I have more hot takes. As you saw in the video, I have my TikTok where I try to push the limits on TikTok. I want to see how far it'll take me. I post all my artwork on Instagram, and I also push the limits on Twitter. And if you guys have your own community shoutouts, by the way, make sure you email them to thestarson@yahoo.com. Don't forget to check out No System. We are gearing up for more sales coming in this season. We have great new shirts. Again, if you love the Johnny Depp series, it's still there. And we've got pins and also the other lovely stuff. I've been showcasing some of my new shirts on my Instagram stories. But that's going to be it for today, guys. I appreciate all of you. Please be careful who you're taking your medical advice from. Seriously. Yes, if you hear something intriguing on TikTok,
Sure, look it up. Bring it up with your medical professional. Are they perfect? No. But you should definitely not just take these people at their word. They are going to make videos about whatever is going to get them the most clicks in the body positivity movement. And I know someone could come back and say, well, Starson, you're doing the same thing. I don't make it up out of my ass because I want you guys to feel emotionally attached to me. Underneath every single description I have is a plethora of websites with medical evidence to back up what I say. Take it as you will. Otherwise, guys, I just want to thank you so much for being here. If you love the video, if you like what it was, just like I say in the beginning of my little animation, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, especially now that apparently YouTube demands that we do this. So yes, overlords, I shall do. And remember, guys, to tell the people that are important to you that you love them and to be safe. So, guys, I love you all. Be safe. Have a great day. Bye.